let's go on a cutting spree. Well, on a cutting spree of what I've seen Bengals fans want to be cut from this team. Who they want to be cut from this team. So let's start off and talk about how much money we can save so get this offseason if we do let some players go. The first player on this list is Sam Hubbard. Now, I personally do not want to cut Sam Hubbard. I'm against the idea of cutting Sam Hubbard, but there's a lot of people who are very for it, especially with his injury concerns, especially with his lack of production. The price tag doesn't meet the bill, right? So if we did go ahead and release Sam Hubbard, we would save $7.6 million this offseason. Now, obviously, this is post-June 1st cut. If we cut him, pre-June 1st cut. If we cut him post-June 1st cut, it is different. There is a situation, money changes. You can see right here it says go ahead and cut pre-June 1st and then post-June 1st. So, for example, let's say Logan Wilson, we're not going to cut him, but $2.9 million post-June 1st, pre-June 1st, we would go ahead and lose $5.1 million. So, depending on when. Now, you can put players in that perspective of saying, okay, well, they're going to, you could say, hey, you're designated to get cut post-June 1st, right? Now, Sam Hubbard, on this website, we can't do post-June 1st, sadly, so that's kind of the situation at hand. Sheldon Rankins is another player who doesn't have a post-June 1st cut. So if we did go ahead and cut Sheldon Rankins, we would save $7.5 million. I think overall wise, I think collectively we all agree that we need to move on from Sheldon Rankins. Nothing against him. I hope he, best wishes and does well in his career outside of this. If he does play again, I know he has the eye injury and eye illness and stuff like that. That it's very dangerous. But yeah, so that's $7.5 million. Alex Kappa, let's see, we don't have an option for post-June 1st. If we cut him, we save $6.25 million. Keep in mind, the top number is dead money. That's money, mostly guaranteed money, and that the money is we can't get that back. So you take almost think of it like a penalty of $2.25 million, and you save $8 million, which in all intents and purposes, you subtract the savings from the dead money, and that's how you get your number, which is, again, like I said, around $6.75 million. Nope. Wait, hold up. $5.75 million we would save from losing Kappa. Zach Moss, another guy that a lot of people want us to cut. I am kind of on the fence about it. In the end, we'd only save $1.7 million. I just feel like we should give him his second year just because of how good he is at pass blocking. Now, obviously, we're going to get a new offensive line coach. We're going to get, hopefully new offensive line if we're being honest here. But at this moment in time, I don't know how much that will save us. Just because the front office is the front office and they're going to try to nickel and dime everything. So Zach Moss is a nice little safety valve. If he stays healthy, he could be a nice option. He's also not costing that much. I mean, reality-wise, we're not going crazy with his price tag. So I will say across the board, I could see us keeping him for that reason. But yeah. If we cut Cordell Volson, we will save, again, pre-June 1st right here. We will save around $900 and some odd $1,000 for going ahead and cutting him. And again, in all honesty, if we go up to the very top, $88.932 million seems like a crap ton of money, but again, this is before we have to go ahead and potentially sign the free agents we have, back. We have to sign them back. Outside of that, when it comes to cutting players who are currently on contract, not potential free agents, which are on the right-hand side here, there isn't too many more players, I think, based on the comic section I've seen, that they want to cut. We can't cut Evan McPherson. We would literally lose a crap ton of money. We lose up to almost 7.8 million, 7.9 million to cut him. That we can't do it. Jermaine Pratt, we're not going to cut. We would save around 3.5 million, honestly, if we did go ahead and do it, but I don't think we will. Outside of that, though, again, there's no one else really, I think, on this team that we would cut or even talk about cutting. So now we're talking about 88.9 million. Again, for free agency wise, we go down over here. Kappa, again, ends up... Well, actually, hang on. Mike Hilton. Okay, so I didn't realize this updated to 2025. So 2026 is... Again, that's next year. But this is the free agent class this year. So, Von Bell, I think in all honesty, he doesn't come back. I'm going to guess that I still would like to see him as like maybe a secondary coach. I think he could be really good there. Mike Hilton, I think we will go ahead and get. I think we will bring him back. I don't know exactly the contract for that. So I'd say he's going to come back. T. Higgins comes back. Once T. Higgins gets his contract and Jamar Chase gets his, actual contract, this 88.9 million will drop like flies. It's going to drop very quickly. That's why, again, everyone's like, oh, we have money here. No, we really don't, because those two guys are going to accumulate a lot of that contract. A lot of that cap space. And then you got BJ Hill as well, who will take up a lot of that cap space. My guess is, again, we bring back Mike Hilton, T. Higgins, BJ Hill. We'll bring back Mike Gesicki. I think, honestly, at the end of the day, he will probably let Trent Brown walk. Marco Wilson will let him walk. We'll bring back Cody Ford. Akeem Davis-Gaither, I'd love to bring him back. I think he could be a great option. Khalil Herbert, I feel like we're just going to end up letting him walk in the end and probably trying to draft a running back. Cam Sample, we'll probably bring him back in the end. I think we bring back Joseph Asai. We'll probably let Tanner Hudson go. Jay will go. Cal will come back. He's a long snapper. Trevion Williams will bring him back. Joe Bacci, for dirt cheap, will bring him back. I want to see us bring back Cade York just as a competition with Evan McPherson in preseason. Ryan, I think we'll bring him back. We'll practice squad. And again, some of these guys will be practice squad in the end. But again, the 88.9 million, while it does seem like a lot, it will very quickly diminish as we get some of these contracts done, right? And then that's not including, again, potentially going in free agency and going after players in free agency. Now, if we don't cut the players I talked about, and let's say we did, undo everything, you can see how we now have 57 million. So with cutting the players I mentioned, we would be around 30 some odd million more to spend on players. But if we didn't cut those players, well, we're thinking about 57.2 million, which, again, having to sign Jamar Chase record-setting number contract and then T. Higgins really good Michael Pittman deal, it's not going to be very easy to get that done, especially with only $57 million. Especially because, again, we're going to try to sign other players in free agency as well, because we need to rework this offensive line. We'll have to wait and see, though. Tell me down below your thoughts, opinions. See you guys next one.